We've been travelling for 6 months across 2 continents, full-time, as a family, and today we're going to reveal how much that's cost, why it's cost that much, our original budget, and how it compares to our life in the UK. It's a lot to compact down into
a little video,
but we're going to do our best.
And Joe's chose to do it on the hottest day of the year while we're in Malaysia. I've got my fan at the ready, so if I'm sweating, that is why. I am trying my best right now. It's like 40 degrees here. Yeah, in August.
It's going to take us some doing to get these figures and everything right while our brains just cannot fire. But here we go, let's get into this.
Okay.
So who are we? If you're new to joining this journey and you're looking for inspiration as a full-time travelling family, or you just love travel, or you're just interested in what we're doing, we are Smiths on Tour.
We are the full-time travelling family. I feel like we said that so many times to so many people, but we absolutely love it. We are a family that decided to give up everything in the UK. We'd had enough. We've got a 12-year-old daughter with us, and she travels with us. And we also have a 16-year-old back at home in the UK who lives with her grandma. Hey, Teague.
That we are full-time trying to get out with us as well. Come and join the journey.
Anyway, that's us in a nutshell. We've said it over and over. Honestly, I feel like we're on a game show or something most of the time. But
there's other videos on our channel if you want to know more about who we are, why we're doing what we're doing. There's loads of videos in the Who We Are section playlist on our YouTube channel, so you can watch that if you're interested.
And on our new Smiths on Tour blog, there is loads personal, everything you want to know about us. I know there's some people out there that are nosy, like everyone just wants to know a little bit about someone. Oh, she's got a 16-year-old back there. She left her kid. Like,
abandoned.
You all think we're terrible parents right now. Check out the vlog and you'll see why.
In this video, we're going to cover what our original budget was, how much we've spent over 6 months, and why we've spent what we've spent, because it's shocked us quite a lot, hasn't it? When we were in the, well, shocked us more than we thought, because when we were in the UK and we were planning this, we've never travelled before. We had no idea what we were doing. We just, well, Emma had this idea and we were like, let's go.
We did travel, but it wasn't travelling. Like, we had all-inclusive holidays. It was nothing like what actual travelling is. And can you imagine just having a suitcase and a backpack and no home, nothing, and you are on a budget? And we had to stick to a budget. We even wrote in a book, oh, that's us on the plane. We even wrote in a book every single day when we were in Central America. So where did we start?
After we'd sold everything we owned, we jumped on a flight to Mexico because that was the cheapest, most affordable destination that we could get to in one go.
Yeah.
So we're like, right, we'll just go and explore Central America, see what it's got to offer. Loads of people said, don't go to Central America, don't go to South America, but we were like, no, we're Smiths on Tour, we just wing things.
We had a chip on our shoulder, we were like, we can take on anything. We're going to Mexico, everyone's like, you're gonna be beheaded in Mexico, it's dangerous, like, you wouldn't take kids there. We were like, we can. And we did. And I don't regret it, actually.
So we travelled through Mexico, through Belize, Guatemala, El Salvador, Costa Rica, Panama.
I love Panama.
And then Colombia. So like we ticked off some serious countries there over quite a short time. We were moving fast, but that comes with problems, accommodation to start with.
Wow.
When we were researching this in the UK, we were like, oh, this is well cheap to do. Like looking on Airbnb and booking.com thinking, no, this is so affordable. We didn't realise that when you do things last minute, the price goes right up.
Not always.
Not always.
Not always. On last minute, you can get deals. It was more to do with the fact that when you look on an area, you're like, oh, it's real cheap there. Then you do some more digging on sites, Facebook groups, everything. Where are the families at? What is good near the location you need to be at? Well, that needs to be on a beach, central, with other stuff around. Price goes up, 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 up. So it was like, we were thinking it was £600 for a month, and it was like 1,200, 1,800, like crazy amounts. Sometimes we were in hostels just to keep the budget down. So we would go sometimes into some accommodation. You can check this out on our blog in more depth, but you can go sometimes into some accommodation that was more expensive, and then we would have to have downtime, wouldn't we, into like a box room all together. Stressful.
We've done some really luxurious things on this tour, but we've had to balance it off with some really budget options as well. That's why the blog's so good, because it gives details on how we've managed to balance that. Anyway, this is a budget video, so moving on. Food, we've had to learn about food, because when we were in the UK, we thought we can get accommodation with kitchens and do our own cooking. It's going to be super cheap. Sorry, I'm talking fast.
Really fast. No, they're going to need subtitles on here for that. Like his mouth's like... Just reeling. Right, say it again, but a bit slower.
Well, it was just a
Food.
research thing. Food, yeah. Off the back of accommodation, the food was a lot more than we thought it was going to be. We thought we could do our own cooking all the time, but then you get a budget accommodation that has got no cooking facilities, so you're going out and eating food.
Yeah.
It was just so much more expensive than we thought it was going to be, so we've had to balance it off with different things.
And we
make the
knew
budget
that
work.
Central and South America, it was more unsafe, we got it. It was more adventurous, we got it. We knew it was going to be more expensive, we got it. So we set ourselves a budget. What was our budget to start with?
Original
and why?
budget, leaving the UK was £40,000 for 1 year travelling as a full-time travelling family. We set it at £40,000. Why?
Because, I don't actually know.
We set it at £40,000 because that was the price that we were spending yearly on our bills, our food,
Oh, yeah.
our fuel, days out, holidays. So we were like, right, if we can do all that with £40,000, we're going to reduce our bills right down. Maybe
Yeah.
we can travel full time for £40,000. So that was the reason we set it what we did.
There was another reason as well. I think it was because we were both professional. Joe, an engineer, I was an occupational therapist, and you could earn around £40,000 a year. So I thought even if you were on your own and you had a family, you may be able to do it. We may be more advantaged than some people. Obviously, we had professional backgrounds, but that's what I based it on as well.
Yeah.
Next. Okay, so we had a plan. And plans don't always go to plan. We had to leave South America early in Colombia. We had an incident. Check that out on our YouTube channel and our blog. There was an incident there that we had to leave, and it cost us so much money out of our budget. Tell them how much it cost us to fly to the other side of the world to get out of there.
It took us 3 days, 6 planes, and £4,500 out of our budget, which is like over 10% of what our yearly budget was.
Devastating.
For 3 days of flying. It was honestly gutting, but we had to make a decision based on safety, and that has to be a massive factor when you're doing this as a family. So.
And we listened to you followers telling us to get to Southeast Asia because it's safe, and we had enough of being in sheer fear most of the time. Especially as a family, you've got to prioritise some things when you're moving along. Plans don't always go to plan, guys. Just so you know this, if you're planning on doing this.
Yeah.
Planning.
It's important. It's important to know, and it's important for us to share this with you that, we've had highs and lows. You'll see as we've gone through, we've tried to give you the real life, and like I say, luxury and budget and everything in between. We were like this.
Yeah. And Central America and South America is a lot more expensive than Southeast Asia. So if you come in with a smaller budget, I would advise to get to Southeast Asia straight away. But if you really do want to find out the culture and the adventure, because honestly, it was
beautiful.
amazing,
Yeah.
Central and South America, go for it. Just try and do it. You're going to have to do it more tactically, like get yourself a book. 2 minutes.
Right, let's do this. In the last 6 months of travel, this is from the 16th of January to the 16th of July, we have spent £24,000.
I don't know whether that's good or bad, but I think for 3 people, travelling around, that's all your transport, everything involved, food, your bills, Airbnb, Wi-Fi, health insurance. How much do we spend on health insurance every month? That's quite expensive.
It's about £160 a month. We've got
With
a few,
safety
we've got a few
wings.
little bills. One of them's health insurance, which we can't go without. Safety wings. We spend about £160 a month for a family of 3 on that. The other things are things like
SIM cards.
SIM cards.
Yeah, for data.
bit
But
of-
that's cheap
a
in
bit
some
of-
places.
a bit of editing software online just for the videos and stuff. It's minimal compared to
Yeah.
our bills in the UK, but £24,000, and I don't actually think that's a bad do, because if it wasn't for the flights in Colombia, we'd have been on track, especially on this side of the world, because things are half the price.
Yeah.
And but I will say it's not all Southeast Asia that's super cheap. In Chiang Mai, I'd say the prices are half the price of Malaysia that we've been spending here. So once again, we're back in a budget situation over here where we're doing luxurious traveling holiday things, but we're going to have to balance that off at some point to save money to get us through to the end of the year.
Yeah, and I don't know how we're going to do this. So any tips and tricks from anybody else, like we're learning as we go. So it would be great to hear from you guys about how we can make that happen. We've been collaborating on the way. We've been speaking to hosts in accommodations to make it cheaper and more affordable in Central and South America. But over this side in Southeast Asia, it's not as easy to get those collaborations. And I find some of the accommodations can be more expensive. also you can get into a trap of this is so cheap to eat, let's just keep eating. And when you travel with someone like Joe that just eats all the time, that can get expensive, which is true.
It's so true. The problem with the food thing for me is I'm walking past it and I'm like, oh, it's only £2 for a meal.
Yeah.
I'll have that. And then I'm like, it's only 20 minutes later. It's only £2 for a meal. I'll have another one and another one. And before I know it, I've spent like the day's budget on me.
Yeah, so you just have to be mindful of that. But £24,000 in 6 months for 3 people where you need 2 bedrooms in a room, you're not in hostels all the time. You can't be. You've got a 12-year-old with you. And we realise that as a family, it's way more expensive. If you go in just as 2, just us 2, we could have done hostels and stuff all the way. We could have camped on a beach half the time.
But let's be honest, if we were spending every day in a room together as well.
Oh, that's another video, like how it affects your relationship. Like we'll have to do another video on that because it honestly is like this. Traveling is a journey in itself anyway.
Yeah.
I don't think that's bad. We've got how much left of our budget? We're in Malaysia now.
So this was to the 16th of July, which would have left us with a £16,000 pot to get us to the end of the year, to the 16th of January actually next year. But we're another month on in Malaysia now, so the next budget update you'll get is after 12 months basically. And
If we can do it, if we can do it.
spent.
I really want to keep within 40,000 because I want to show you guys that it can be done. And I think 40,000 for some people, it depends on their money mindset. If it's not affordable, it's not affordable. If it is, it is. You can do it cheaper. Like Joe said, we've done luxury stays. We haven't. We've eaten out. We haven't.
We've done collabs.
It just depends on what you want out of it. We're quite adventurous people, so we like to spend a lot of money on adventure. But we did back at home. We spent a lot of money on days out back at home and then had to go back to the home environment and be stressed.
Yeah.
We are on, yes, it's stressful, but at least we're on a paradise beach or we're somewhere different that we're learning.
I've got a really good point.
Oh, man.
You think about it in the UK, if you have 2 all-inclusive holidays a year,
Yes.
could cost you between 6 and 10 grand, I'd say.
For a family.
We're living a holiday. Like we don't feel the need to go and have an all-inclusive holiday because we're doing the luxury thing with the budget thing. So it's not like, oh God, we're so stressed out with all this. Need to go and have a holiday. You know, that doesn't exist. So
No.
that's 10 grand potentially that you can take from your life at the minute that you could spend coming and doing this.
And I think the other thing that you're not aware of is that obviously the stress load of all of that, like working towards a holiday, then you've got to go and get all your clothes and stuff for the holiday. You spend so much money for 2 weeks. And within halfway into your holiday, you're dreading coming home to work. It ruins your holiday. Whereas you've got peace of mind and space just to enjoy it. So actually for your health, doing this, yes, it's stressful, but it's not as stressful as being at home and just like working towards that holiday. Do you know what I mean? Just for a break. I think actually, as in our health and our minds, it's so much better as well. And we can bond.
For sure. I was about to say, like,
much.
the positives and negatives of mental health implications of doing this type of journey are a whole nother topic.
Oh, yeah.
And I really want to go deeper into the journey that we've had, like relationship-wise and, you know, our own personality-wise, because this gives you space to think.
Yeah.
There's no distractions. I know it's a super busy life and stuff like planning and budgeting and video editing and recording and blogging and like all that is distraction, but it's way less than what we were doing in the UK and we've had time to like sit and talk. And
I
to
don't
Tilly
think
as well.
people realise that in the UK that you do actually as a human being, you need that time. And because it's so busy and so much of a rat race, you can't get that time. So I know this isn't to do with the budget, but it kind of also, money isn't everything.
Yeah.
And actually having that time to just be a human being is so important. And that's probably one of the key reasons why we left.
Yeah.
as well.
And a key reason why I really don't worry about the money we've spent.
No, because there's no regrets and we've seen so much and we've learned so much. And also we're going to do a video on how we world school as a family together because we don't have the traditional schooling and we're not bothered. So which is, some people would be like, that's crazy. What about GCSEs? What is she going to do? Are you going to fail your child? We don't think so. And we're going to tell you the reasons why in our next personal vlog, which is on its way because we haven't done anything about it yet.
You know what our original budget was, you know what we've spent, and you know what we've got left to spend for the rest of the year. My question to you guys is, do you think we can do it? And if you were out here doing this, what changes would you make? Or would you spend more? Or would you spend less? Like,
How
let
would
us
you do
know.
it?
We're still learning and we're still bringing you the real, but we've listened to our viewers this whole journey, and
Yes.
you guys are actually pretty switched on, so we're going to keep listening to you.
Except for the ones that told us to go to Medellin. I don't know whether that was switched on for a family. I think we ended up just listening to solo travellers that were just like, hey, live life. So yeah, but any full-time travelling families as well, like please give us some knowledge.
Reach out.
Like we like this. We like to hear from people that have actually walked the walk, talked the talk, and it isn't just something that's propaganda. You know, like we like to know the real, don't we?
Yeah, and we're going to continue giving the real.
Oh
So
yeah.
if you
Some
haven't
people
already,
don't like that.
if you haven't already, please subscribe to the journey, because like Emma says, we've got more videos coming out. We're going to go deeper with the videos. We're going to have way more adventures, and let's see if we can actually do this on our budget.
We're going to try and bring it back a little bit though to us personally as well, because I think there is people wanting to know how it works as a family, and I think it's important alongside the adventures that we said we would have. We are still looking for a lifestyle. We are still homeless, and we're still going to give you the absolute real of what it's like for a family. And I just said some people don't like that, but we're not here to be like, we're not an Instagram family. We're here to just actually find a way for ourselves, and people are quite, like people find it inspiring, and I like that. I quite like inspiring people, and I like to show the other side of things. It's not all good. Honestly, it's not, but it's better than what we had in the UK.
Way better.
So it depends what you want out of life. But yeah, let us know in the comments. Love that. Also, follow us on YouTube, smithsontourblog.com, and all of our socials to see where we're at. And there is so much more to unpack. So stay tuned with us.